Good morning. Sister Sarah here. Long time no talk to, my peeps. I just want to reach out and say Happy New Year. Oh, I got my poncho on. Happy New Year. Happy 2022. Went to LA for the holidays. I went down and saw my dad, and I saw my stepmom, my mom, and saw my grandfather who is on hospice. That's a long story. I can get into a whole thing about the nursing homes and the malpractice. These nursing homes need to be completely revamped. Like, they called my mom and said, your father-in-law needs to be on hospice, and he's 93, 94, I don't know, he's older than my husband by 3 or 4 years. My husband's 90. Completely different people, both named the same name as Jim, so it's called, he's got the Jim corner. I'll show you a couple pictures at the end here, but let me tell you, so the nursing home proceeds to tell my mom and my dad that they're taking his bathroom privileges away because he has the runs and he can't contain it, and we all know how that works. Well, a couple weeks goes by, he's feeling a lot more weak. Well, yeah, you're completely dehydrated from the amount of stuff running through you. You can't stay hydrated, you can't heal. So they take his bathroom privileges away, which is completely humiliating for a man who has served in the war and is a manly man, Navy. And so then, fast forward a couple weeks, ambulance comes. Now it's hospice, so they don't take him to the hospital. They do all their evaluations there in the nursing home. One of the ladies goes, who's not as highly paid as some of the mucky-mucks there, who think they know everything, asks the very valid question, why a great deal of the medications that he was on, that if you're on hospice, you don't need cholesterol medicine that gives you the runs. You don't need to give all these medications that he does not need, that, causes the runs. And when men get dehydrated, when men get dehydrated, they have problems with their cognitivity. They become Alzheimer's patients overnight. They can't remember their name. They can't hold conversations. It's same with women, but it takes a little longer with women because we've tolerated the amount of bladder infections we've had compared to men. I mean, I'm sure it's, men don't usually get them. But, so all of a sudden, they take him off all these medications. A couple weeks goes by, and wouldn't you know it, he's feeling better. He's healing. The wounds in his body is healing because, he's hydrated. And all of a sudden, he can have conversations. He is cognitively better. These people, on average, and I'm talking I'm going to be nice, the lesser of better care is anywhere from $3,500 a month to $4,000 to $5,000. That's here in Oregon. Go to LA, and we need to start taking better care of our elderly. There are so many other cultures who revere their elderly. We have a problem with short memory spans. We're on TikTok, which is a 2-minute film. We have no patience. We want it, and we want it now. Instant gratification, microwave society. That is what we are in right now. We are in a microwave society. I'm not going to get on here and get on my soapbox and all of this other things. But we have a population of doctors, lawyers, accountants, construction workers, police officers, veterans. I could go on and on and on in all the fields of knowledge that we're letting this knowledge of life from people who could teach us so much. We've just said, you know what, we're going to discard you because you no longer can make any money. You no longer are functional into today's society. You are a drain on us. When if we would just take the time to go meet them, find out what their specialties, we can learn so much. I'm not even getting into the remedies that they had in the 20s and 30s, or the medical that they had in the 20s and 30s that actually cured our stuff. I don't know, maybe the fact that we're filling our children full of petroleum products, from vaccines to Pepsi to Coke to all of it is toxic. You're filling your children with byproducts of petroleum, and then wondering why high rates of autism, high rates of Down syndrome, high rates of childhood cancers. If you go back and you look at when at the beginning of the Rothschilds taking over our medical schools, you will perceive that the childhood cancer just blows the numbers out of the way. And we're just like, it's okay. There's no way that has any correlation between childhood vaccines and childhood leukemia. And they're making money on both sides, by the way. Pfizer's now coming out with a new heart medication to help with myocarditis. So, just like Bill Gates, who built the computer, caused the computer to get a virus, and then, oh yeah, I have the antidote to said virus. Isn't that interesting? Kind of sounds very similar to what we're going through right now. So now here we are, the third day of 2022, and now all of a sudden Dr. Fauci's on the TV saying, hey, I just thought you might want to know that yes, we kind of fudged the numbers with the kids. They're not really in the hospital with COVID. Yes, they have appendicitis. Yes, they have broken legs, but they get tested, and so they're just in the numbers because, you know, we kind of fudged the numbers a little bit. What? You fudged the numbers. Oh, we didn't mean to. This was just an accident. Why don't you research all of the orphans that Fauci killed and murdered AIDS babies in the 80s with the same remdesivir that you're giving your loved ones right now in the hospital. I'm I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist. I'm not trying to be I told you so. But we have been going through this now for 2 years. And people show you who they are. It's up to you to see who they are. They'll talk a good game and they'll run their mouth, but they show you who they are. You don't have to listen to it. You can see it. You know, those friends who say, oh, I'll be there for you anytime, just give me a call. And then you call and, oh, I'm busy. Oh, I got this. Oh, I got... They just showed you who they are. People don't get fired. They get themselves fired. Calling in sick, not performing properly. I could go on and on and on and on and on. Okay, where am I going with this? I'm squirreling all over the place. But I'm going to tell you something. The narrative is about to change. The narrative is about to flip. With Fauci saying, oh yes, there was a little slight, fudging of numbers with the kids in hospitals. Okay. He's being honest. How many more other things are they going to be honest about? We were saying 6 months to a year ago that this didn't smell right. This didn't seem right. We have taken every single medical protocol and put it down the toilet. You don't mask healthy people. If you work in an OR or you work in a hospital and you're not trying to get your spittle in the environment you're in, you wear a mask. Not to keep you from getting sick, but to keep you from getting other people sick that are vulnerable. You don't go around wearing cloth masks that don't work. I don't know where I'm going to put this video because I have said every buzzword there is to get me shit canned off of YouTube, which really, have you seen it lately? Not much of a loss. All the good teenagers, all the good information is gone. All the good people that were on there are gone. They've purged it. It's now just nothing but propaganda, and it's bullshit propaganda. All it talks about is coins and this and that and supposed I can't even. It's too much. Look, when you're going into 2020, not 22, 2020 is perfect vision. We got everything laid out in front of us. All of it, if we looked for it. We learned about things, we heard the scuttlebutt but didn't believe it. So 2020 was God opening our eyes. 2021, well, that was, let me show you the ramifications of all said things that you learned about in 2020. And I think 2021, Agenda 21, was to wake you up to all of the corruption, all of the New World Order. And brothers and sisters, I have been trying to launch this channel for a long time. This may be my one and only broadcast anymore. I get it. But just know, ex-survivors of pedophiles, living with a pedophile my whole childhood, most of my childhood, and it's like they know once you've been molested, it's like you've been scarred, labeled. But they're everywhere, and we're learning that. So 2022 is, I feel, if you hear the way you say it, 2022, so it's almost like you're saying 2022. So I think that we're getting a little revising of that the tables are going to start turning, which they're already doing. Fauci, backtrack. NIH, backtrack. WHO came out and said that wealthy countries are killing the children. It's no longer an excuse that you don't know what's going on. It's kind of in your face now. You kind of can't not see it. And now it's even in the mainstream news. And if we don't wake up soon, I'm hoping and praying that we don't lose our republic. Our republic. Not a democracy. Please do your education on the difference between a republic and a democracy. Because you're being hoodwinked if you think that a democracy and a republic are the same thing. They're not. So, I think now I'm going to go in here to the post office, call my church friends, and deal with my day, but my wish for 2022 is the dark walks into the light. And those who have been on borrowed time and been doing some pretty bad things to kids, pretty bad things to veterans, pretty bad things to homeless, pretty bad things to us, I think the tides have changed. So, I'm optimistic in 2020. Let's take back our country. You can do it if you team up. I'm going to put in my bio my email address. I pray that maybe one day this will take off. Not for me. I'm fine. I don't need money. I don't need fame. And I definitely don't need drama. But the Band-Aid's about to get ripped off. Be ready. Get in the Bible. Pray to Jesus. Because he's the only one, in the end, that's going to save you. The line has been drawn in the sand. It's up to you. It's up to me to make the right choice. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless the United States. And Let's kick 2022 ass.